Skilled Facade. Lady C laid bare Meg's plot for $200 million divorce deal with new career after dumping Harry. Royal expert Lady Colin Campbell believes the Duke and Duchess are facing money issues, resulting in the pair being under intense pressure. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are reportedly putting on a professional facade to cover the trouble in their marriage. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex were snapped together hand in hand whilst galavanting in the States last week, a rare joint appearance by the couple, reports the Scottish Daily Express. And whilst the pair were full of smiles, royal author Lady Colin Campbell reckons it was all for show. The snaps were taken by celebrity Karl Larsen, who often claims to be friends with Meghan's dad, Thomas Markle, and the Sussexes themselves, who would determine that the pair were very much in love and happy together. However, socialite Lady C, who has penned 7 books detailing the life of the royal, is skeptical about their picture-perfect relationship. Speaking to GB News, she said anything Larsen says is suspect, and Harry and Meghan marriage is in big trouble. Referencing Meghan's podcast Archetypes being ditched by Spotify, she added, "As soon as money problems come into the room, you can't depend on it. Life is flying out of the window, and love was flying out of the window even from before." But she added that doesn't necessarily mean they're going to get divorced tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. They're a professional couple while presenting a professional facade to the public, and only idiots would believe any of it. It's all basically yet another con. We reported that Harry's next project will likely be a Netflix series about Africa, a continent that he holds great affection for, but it's likely to be a solo endeavor despite him famously taking Meghan there on their 3rd date. Besides, amidst rift rumors between Meghan Markle and Prince Harry, the British press has reported the Duchess of Sussex has filed a financial demand to sign the divorce papers not long ago. Marsa, citing a British press, reported that Archie and Lilibet, doting mother, has filed a financial demand for $80 million to sign the divorce papers. However, according to another source, the settlement could have reached $100 million or $200 million after the Sussex's flop bear has come. Meghan Markle is also demanding sole custody of Archie and Lilibet. This is word salad. It doesn't have anything to do with the legal process in California, which is where any divorce between Harry and Meghan would most likely take place. Bankruptcy might come before divorce, then what? In my opinion, they're very short on cash. It might not be the average person's money amounts, but they aren't able to sustain the celebrity lifestyle of the rich and famous. So when the bills come larger than the income, what happens? No money for lawyers. Who pays child support? Probably Harry, because he'll have his trust money, and what income will Meghan have unless she finds a sugar daddy? Really, what do the California courts do when there's no money to pay the bills? Can Meghan and the invisible children all fit in Doria's place? Just for the record, I don't think the royal family or crown should step in and help with these funds unless they get custody of the invisibles and the deadbeat parents can see the offspring when they can afford their own trips to the UK. Reports had also suggested Meghan had grown frustrated with brand Sussex and wanted to be a one-woman show, at least professionally. A major sign of her new intent was her signing with a deal WME on her own. However, Meghan Markle reportedly has no plans to skulk in the background after her media empire suffers a series of setbacks. The accusations that the royals have swindled their way to $20 million with Spotify came after it emerged that they'd only produced 13 hours of content for the streaming giant. It's also been reported that Taylor Swift turned down the opportunity to appear on Meghan's now scrapped podcast, throwing the couple's relevance and star pulling power into question. But now it's emerged that Meghan is already planning her next steps as they attempt to be financially independent after breaking away from the royal family. The source claims that Meghan is now determined to prove the haters wrong and come back swinging. She feels that she's been backed into a corner. Her next move will be explosive, to say the least. Furthermore, Harry and Meghan have submitted an application to get exclusive rights to Archetypes, which is the name of their podcast, but the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office has refused. Harry and Meghan filed the application to try and obtain exclusive use of Archetypes for downloadable audio recordings and podcasts and anything related to the cultural treatment of women and stereotypes facing women. However, officials have rejected the application due to the likelihood of confusion with an already existing brand. Meghan and Harry's lawyer, Marjorie Witter Norman, has now applied for an extra 3 months in order to prepare for another application.